Welcome to the video, everybody. So today we're going to talk about the top high-ticket dropshipping niches of 2023. Before we get going, please hit the subscribe button below. Please like this video and please watch at least 50% through. I would greatly appreciate it, and we will dive right in. So before we get going, we're going to discuss a few things more general in nature that we want to be focusing on. Obviously, there's lots of talk of an economic downturn in the coming months. So given that, we just want to look for a few things in the niches that we're selling in. So first of all, in our niche, we want to have, in our niche or store theme, whatever you want to call it, we want to have at least 5 product types with 5,000 to 10,000 monthly searches. So you want to use a tool such as Ahrefs, SEMrush, Moz, or Ubersuggest to check the monthly search volume. And we want to have 5 products under your theme that have at least 5 to 10,000 monthly searches. So for example, if you were selling, let's say, relaxation chairs, you could have massage chairs, hydro massage chairs or hydro massage beds, lift chairs, recliners, and theater seat, for example. You would then type in each of those product types in singular form on the keyword research tool. So you would put in massage chair, lift chair, recliner, theater seating, and you would want each one of those to have over 5,000 monthly searches, ideally a few of them over 10,000. So the reason for that is obviously if there's an economic downturn, people will be spending less money naturally. So if we have more products with higher total search volume amongst them, we have a broader market to advertise to, and we can help weather the storm in terms of people spending less money. So that's the first thing. Second thing, we want to sell needs and not wants. So to give you an example, if you go to the store and you buy new headphones or a new cell phone, and you have existing cell phone, existing headphones, you're doing that because you want it. You don't necessarily need it. You already have some, you just want better ones for every. So in an economic downturn, the first costs that people cut are wants. If people need things, those are going to be the last things they cut. So these are the niches we're going to go through. But to give you an example, if an elderly person can't walk and they need a mobility scooter to help themselves get around, that is a need. They need to get around. It's not like a convenience want type purchase, it's something that they need. So that is going to be the last thing that they cut from their budget. So we want to have 5 products that have 5 to 10,000 search volume. We want to sell needs and not want. And lastly, we want the products that we're selling overall to be having an increasing demand trend. So what I mean by that is if you type in the word buy newspaper from 1980 to today, you're going to see a big downtrend. So overall, we want to sell products that have an uptrend. So to give you an example, solar panels, or the elderly population is aging, it's increasing in number. So things like mobility scooters, you will see, have an increasing demand trend. We just want to be selling things that are increasing in demand and will continue to increase in demand in the coming years. So those are 3 factors we want to look for when selecting our niche or our store theme. We want to have 5 products such as massage chair, lift chair, sauna, whatever it may be. We want to have 5 product types on our store with over 5,000 monthly searches. We want to sell needs and not wants. And lastly, we want to sell products that are increasing in demand over time and will continue to increase in demand in the coming months and years. Now I'm going to discuss 5 good options and how those 3 factors apply to them. So first is the elderly niche. There is tons of products in the elderly niche that will meet that 5 to 10,000 search volume. So we have mobility scooters, wheelchairs, lift chairs, hospital beds, blood pressure monitors, all sorts of things. There's really probably 15, 20, even 25 potentially. And these are all things, they're usually for the elderly health related. So these are needs usually, or if they're not needs, they're very high on the priority list. They're one of the last things they're going to cut because if it's not a need, people are likely to prioritize their health. And lastly, as I said, there's a big population between 50 and 70 years old right now. So as that population continues to age, they will end up all going into the 70, 80, 90-year-old bracket, which is the target demographic for this niche. So you will see that a lot of the products in that niche are increasing in demand over time. The one caveat to this niche is it is usually very customer service intensive because these people have lots of time. They want to talk on the phone. So I would recommend hiring a customer service rep early on if you're going to pursue that niche. Secondly, we have eco home power. So this is almost an inversely correlated niche with economic downturns. People actually get paranoid about this stuff. They're worried. They want to be able to power their own home, cook their own stuff. So you actually might see a lot of the products in this eco home power niche increase over time. So in terms of demand, you could have solar panels, you could have home generators, you could have eco-friendly wood stoves, you could have hydroponics, you could have all sorts of different things. probably 10, 15 products that would fit under that broader level category as well. They would all be over 5,000 monthly searches. And again, these are needs. These are like paranoid people. This is usually very high on their priority list and not something that they're willing to cut. And a lot of them, these product types such as solar panels, generators, home wind turbines, all this stuff is really kind of increasing in demand due to the new technology. And even just naturally based upon the economic times. Next, we have home cooking. So after the pandemic, people started hosting a lot more from home because they were unable to go out to restaurants as much. So again, the demand is going to be no issue. You have outdoor grills, outdoor kitchen islands, outdoor ice makers, outdoor wine fridges, indoor gas ranges, fridges, dishwashing machines, all sorts of different things. The demand will not be an issue. If they're building a new home, obviously you need a kitchen, you need to be able to eat. So it's usually a need, not a want. If anything, if people are worried about costs, they'll usually just pick a cheaper version. They're not going to not buy cooking stuff if they need it. And increasing demand, like I said, after the pandemic, people started hosting more from home. They want to cook to be able to host guests at their own home. So a lot of this stuff is increasing in demand naturally. The one thing to keep in mind is you want to have an indoor and outdoor section to combat seasonality. Next, we have AI and smart tech. So this would probably be a niche that you want to have a little bit broader store on. So you want to have a broad AI smart tech store. If you pick like just a living room smart tech, it might be too narrow. The demand might not be there. But if you have a broad store, you could have automatic lawnmowers, automatic vacuums, smart beds, smart coffee tables, all sorts of this smart technology. And if you have kind of a broader home store that's focused on AI, you could have like security, doorbells, all sorts of AI smart tech. And if you have a broader level like home-based store, you can probably find lots of products that have over that demand threshold. Needs, not wants. This one we might struggle a bit with. So this is probably a want, but the type of person who is investing in AI and smart tech is usually at the top of the income bracket and usually not going to be affected to the same extent in an economic downturn as the general population, which is one thing to keep in mind. So definitely can meet the first one. The second one, not so sure. But the third one will be very strong. A lot of this stuff is increasing significantly in demand over time as AI, as autonomous tech really kind of takes over the market and begins to expand, become more prevalent. So definitely one, so two, and very much so three. And lastly, home biohacking. So again, I don't think demand will be an issue here. You have saunas, cold plunge tubs, cryotherapy chambers, hyperbaric chambers, halotherapy, red light therapy, all sorts of home biohacking, home gyms, even just treadmills, general fitness stuff. While this stuff is kind of a want, it's health, and people love investing in their health, and it can even be a positive ROI. So if I invest in my health, I feel better, I perform better in my business or at my job, it could actually be a positive ROI thing, even though I'm spending money on it. So again, it is a bit of a want, but this is usually the type of stuff that people are willing to invest in if they have the money to do so. And again, it's usually the higher end of the income bracket investing in this home biohacking stuff anyways, which isn't going to be affected to the same level as the general population. So definitely meets the demand, definitely meets needs and wants, I think. And lastly, increasing demand. A lot of this stuff is increasing demand significantly over time. If you look up infrared sauna or cold plunge tub on Ahrefs, you will see charts and the demand is really, really increasing over time. So again, I just want to quickly review. In an economic downturn, not even saying that's necessarily going to happen, but that's what everyone seems to say. So assuming it does, what you would want to focus on for products is you want to have a bit of a broader store. You don't want to have a one product store. You want to have at least 5 or so products with 5,000 to 10,000 searches a month. You want to sell needs and not wants. And you want to sell products that are increasing in demand over time. And 5 examples of that are the elderly niche, the eco home power niche, home cooking, AI and smart tech, and home biohacking. I hope you guys loved the video. I hope you took some value. Again, if you would like to work with me directly on building your store, you can subscribe to my email list below. You can book a call direct with my team. And please, for more content, hit the subscribe button below, like the video, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure.